Jimmy, that was some sort of football. Week 5, the
Some
NFL
football,
After Show.
man.
Woo!
That was some football.
NFL Afters is here, brought to you by definitely on-screen sponsor PointsBet, our friends over there. But this was heart-stopping, heart-racing. It was fireworks. It was ridiculous, crazy plays that I don't think we've seen in the last decade with some of the fumbles going on. It was highly contested. It ended in an absolute bell ringer on Sunday Night Football. But this was just a highly, highly satisfying morning into afternoon NFL action right after, some of us enjoyed a very fine grand final last night in the rugby league.
Yeah. Our screen behind us is broken, which is fitting because I'm a little broken.
Yeah. The football broke it.
Yeah.
The football actually broke
Yes.
it. It was too hot.
I am a rugby league fan, a Broncos fan.
Yeah.
In the jersey. I went to the grand final last night.
Congratulations.
And shout out to Teddy Swims, who did a phenomenal pre-game performance, better than Snoop Dogg. Snoop who?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, there was
Someone's been listening to AM.
Who is this Snoop fella?
Snoopaloop?
Snoopadoop? No, I thought Teddy crushed it, and then the Broncos. So yeah, I had a very big night or early morning.
Correct.
Into some great NFL football, and then good. I did pray yesterday. I was like, I hope the Broncos win. Unfortunately, they did twice.
Yes,
my Brisbane Broncos
prayed so hard.
I prayed so hard. The gods went,
such a devout man. You're such a devout man with such a direct line to the.
Doth my ears deceive me, Jimmy Smith? You want the Broncos? Yeah, I want the Broncos to win. Why? Yeah, because they beat my Birds.
They did. No more unbeaten teams. Bills go down to the Patriots. Birds go down to the Broncos. Just 2 of the unbeaten 6 sexy sophomore quarterbacks this week. Very sexy.
Yeah.
Super sexy. NFL After sexy. Turn down the lights sexy. Because we did have Bo Nix and let's give credit, that phenomenal Broncos defense. If you don't know the name Nick Bonito, you do now. What they did, the New England Patriots and Drake May with some very Josh Allen-esque plays, holding off defenders who were corralling him to the ground and completing passes. Just someone a little familiar to Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs going for 140 odd yards, double-digit catches.
146 yards, 10 receptions.
So
he was personal. You see afterwards, he's like, it was personal. He goes, 100%.
And it's just great. He was getting in good spirits with the local Buffalo fans. He's got respect for them before the game. But clearly this meant a little bit because he's at the point of his career. He's closer to the end of his career than the start of his career. And he's had a number of times where the quarterback breakup has been messy. It was a little messy with Kirk. It was a little messy with Josh. It wasn't messy with CJ Stroud. It was just an injury. That's when the narrative started to change with him because the Texans, they were talking about it in the pregame, the Texans just glowed about the character and the leader that he was in that locker room. So a big result for the Bills, but that wasn't it because you run the gauntlet here. Jaden Daniels back healthy. They win. Heaping pain on the my Chargers. House of Harbaugh having a rough day. Spencer Rattler getting the victory for
first
the Saints.
Ever dub, first win
over Jackson Dart. JJ McCarthy's team did win. He just didn't play.
Yep.
And Caleb didn't lose. So an unbeaten slate for the sexy
Bears.
sophomores.
Yeah.
So and I think a little bit of I think we're re-racking that. Jaden Daniels was clearly the cream of the crop in the rookie class last year. But if we're looking at how it's gone down, he gets a victory today. But I think Drake May's taken pole position there amongst that 6.
You and I said we were big on him in preseason. I like Drake May. They're Tom Brady. You can kill the man, but you don't kill the idea. It looks like they've got another great quarterback here. He's a stud, and some people were off him. We were saying we're off him, and there were some jokes and commentary. But I was like, it's he looked good.
A little patience. Yeah, young offensive line gelling, getting better.
Yep.
They're still figuring out the backfield, and I know the Trevion Henderson fans are.
Hey, you got any of those Trevion Henderson touches? Give me any of that Trevion. Oh, you got any
between Antonio Gibson getting life in his career and Ramondre Stevenson? But
look, if Ramondre has like 10 more fumbles, maybe they'll give some.
Just 10.
Just 10.
It's a low bar.
Yeah, what? He's allowed to have 3.
But it's fun because we got into we're week 5 into this thing, and we got no unbeaten teams. We were talking about, I think.
We do have one team that doesn't have any wins, though. Jets.
Yeah. Look, this was a game where we'll touch on that a little bit later. But if you were expecting defense, I expected no defense in that game. Apparently, the Cowboys packed a little bit. But yeah, Jets fans. Look, Aaron Glenn is close to my heart. Yeah. He he a phenomenal internet memery already with his sideline dance, but that's getting late pretty early there for the Jets. But off the top, I think we've got a lovely little rise, and I think there were a few quarterback draft classes. You think about the Kenny Pickett class, it left people a little bit unsatisfied, and it leaves you going, oh, is that next generation coming through? And then you get the likes of, Tua with his injuries and his inconsistent play, Joe Burrow with his injuries and his injuries and his injuries and his injuries. And you go through these years and you're like, geez, when's our next class coming through? Nice week for the sexy sophomores. And then we also had, the Panthers register a victory, always a little bit noteworthy, but really the Panthers also lost.
Yeah.
Because what they also got to see during the middle window was both their former QB stable of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold going absolutely nuclear.
Yeah.
That's how you pronounce it, right? Combining for 720 passing yards, not even including what young Baker Mayfield did on the ground. 6 touchdowns, 1 pick. That pick belonging to Sam Darnold, unfortunately proving a little bit pivotal there. The Buccaneers win a close one because that's what the Buccaneers do. They are the cardiac Bucks. That might be the game of the year. Front runner, 38-35, and just I think a showcase of how good football those two quarterbacks are playing, and two, just as we get to this time of the year when people start to get antsy about their young quarterbacks, just a reminder, everyone just breathe a little. Just breathe. Just calm.
I mean, I did feel bad, for Darnold in that interception. I don't think he sort of deserved to throw it.
No, honestly, and I don't like to bring this back. The Broncos are topical today. I don't like to bring this back to a certain team, but it kind of reminded me of there was a famous Peyton Manning versus Tony Romo shootout that was, I want to say it was like 51-49 or something like that. Yeah. And touchdowns galore, clearly not a lot of offense nearing 100 points. But the last person to blink, and it was Romo, threw an interception. And did he deserve to lose that game? No. Was it one of the greatest games he played in his career? Yes. Yeah. But unfortunately, the man opposite him was just a little cleaner at the later parts of the game. But I think at the Seahawks, you're up. I mean, Emeka Egbuka had a hell of a game.
I've got it here. Do you want to hear
it? Emeka Egbuka.
I want to defend Rob Gronkowski here because I say things wrong constantly.
Sure.
And for a living outside of this, I also do a radio show. So I'm in there 3 hours every day, right?
In our social circles.
Yeah. I'm always talking. And I always stuff things up. And I'm like, you got to give people a break, right? We're talking all the time. Because and especially keyboard warriors. As soon as someone stumbles on a name, they're like, look, this isn't great though. Let's have a listen here.
You got to give credit to this rookie sensation wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka. Emeka Egbuka.
Yes.
I was about to start. I was going to get the little, the rave.
No gang signs, please.
No gang signs, just rave whistles.
We're Disney Plus.
We are. Right. So, yes.
Shout out to Emeka
Egbuka. The G just really throwing it's because it's a very simple name to say, Emeka Egbuka.
I'd love for him, like we get to the end of the season though, and like he does that thing where he's like change, where like players say how their name's supposed to be, and then at the end of the season he's like, it's actually Egbuka.
A mild irony in that Rob Gronkowski's name was also mispronounced a few times. I'm pretty sure I heard somebody on air, perhaps in this part of the world, once referring to him as Mike Wazowski. Not the same, slightly different build.
Yeah.
Gronk's probably more akin to a Sully. I think from a structure standpoint.
We should
trade space.
What positions would they play in the NFL?
Come back for our midweek pod.
Mike Wazowski's got a bit of Mike Daniels about him.
Wow. Smart, knows the playbook, very really good thinker.
Yes.
But putting it into practice.
And having a bit of a meltdown.
Perhaps
as
some
well.
Question marks. Interesting running style too. But off the top, it was it was truly.
There's some great games.
If you had a big sporting weekend, for whatever reason, whatever you were following.
I had here, Titans overcame an 18-point deficit to defeat Arizona. Panthers overcame a 17-point deficit to defeat Miami. Mm-hmm. Broncos overcame a 14-point deficit to defeat the Birds. Saints overcame an 11-point to beat Giants. Commanders overcame a 10-point to defeat Chargers.
Yeah, and the Cowboys overcame Jerry Jones' view of a defense to
Did you see Jerry Jones flip that guy off?
Jerry,
you know
what? If we're gonna get salty Jerry, I'm fine with that.
You're happy with salty Jerry?
I prefer salty Jerry to mansplain Jerry is annoying.
He points to the Jets fans. He's a Jets fan. He's going through it enough, and now Jerry Jones flips you the
Jerry
bird.
Jones is dunking on you. Like
it's not a dunk; it's a layup, and he's got a step ladder.
But I want salty Jerry. I don't want mansplain Jerry who kind of gaslights the fans and convinces them that this is a great idea for these 9 reasons. get salty, flipping birds. I'm fine with that. You know, if he wants to lean into an 82-year-old version of Stone Cold Steve Austin, start giving everybody the middle finger salute.
Yeah, and just crushing beer.
just up in the... just in the Jerry suite.
Yeah. That's what we want. Just let loose.
Couple of Miller Lights.
Yeah.
I think that's the official beer of the Cowboys.
All right. Well, just on that, do we want any more on the Buccaneers Seahawks game? Is there anything else you got for it? Or
I think enjoy these teams. I think the Seahawks defense is far better than they showed today. Sometimes you just run into a Ibuka.
Yeah. He's killing it. Jeez.
And this was a Bucs team that's also without Bucky Irving and is without
apparently
Mike Evans.
Got a shoulder injury as well.
Mike Evans is, still a few weeks away from hopefully getting Mike Evans back as he quests for breaking that 1,000-yard streak of consecutive seasons, getting to number 12. And this is what they're capable of. But, I know the Seahawks will be hurting. They've had 2 narrow losses so far this season. They'd be looking and going, we really could be 5-0. We're 3-2. But we know how
could be 5-0, except for that Philly game.
Exactly.
Notoriously, they kind of have had it.
And the other takeaway is if the Buccaneers are playing a football game, anticipate that you're not going to be able to walk away from it before 59, 55 at the very, very earliest. But I reckon that's a bit from the top. But it was a beauty of a day. Like, this is the type of... It was gorgeous because the heat's up. It wasn't cold in the morning. 4 a.m. wake up here because we've hit daylight savings, not in your homeland. I know that, but in the other states,
it's so annoying. As a Queenslander now, there's an hour. Mum's so confused. Mum calls it her Earth body clock. She's like, my Earth body clock is incorrect now.
So, we pour one out for Queenslanders, but, you can enact that change.
Do you want me to talk about the Broncos and Eagles game?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, because I'd like to know where you mentioned the prayers off the top, and perhaps they sunk through a bit. But
I was like, I hope the Broncos win. Wrong Broncos! Well, technically right Broncos.
How are you feeling after seeing that, unimpeachable 0 turn into a mildly peachable 1?
Yeah, look, as I said, when we were 4-0, I was like, you want to be 4-0. And there are no unbeaten teams now, because Bills lost as well, which actually makes me feel better. You know what I mean? I'm like,
so
misery
petty.
Loves company.
So petty.
I'm very
If
petty.
I can't have this, nobody can.
Yeah.
You would have been fun at birthday parties.
I'm not fun now. I said to Laurie earlier, we were just chatting about, because I went to the grand final and I was talking about I go to concerts, I have to be backstage in a VIP area. I've lost touch with the.
And he's the man of the people.
I am a man of the people, but also, sometimes you need space from the people. Look, Sirianni needs to make some adjustments on offense. I think that's pretty clear. It's you sort of mentioned you got to have those other things, and our defense, special teams didn't come to the rescue. Look, week 3, special teams blocking kicks. Week 4, special teams blocking the punt for return touchdown. We just can't rely on that, and the offense does look a little clunky at times. People had to go, at AJ for ripping the face mask and pulling Devontae Smith down, but they both had to go for that. It's just how it kind of
sometimes Pat Surtain Jr. can create, or Pat Surtain II can
roll
tide a pass breakup on 2 Pro Bowl tiers on the same play.
But yeah, look, I just think especially when we were up there, and the Broncos scored 18 points in the 4th quarter, and they hadn't scored the 2nd quarter or 3rd quarter. So look, it's not great, but hey, rather be 4-1 than 1-4. And
who do you have next?
Yeah, we've got the Giants.
So if you're wanting a gift, I think Jackson Dart might fumble one straight to you, despite not being touched.
Well, it's funny, you and I know we'll talk about it later, but just quickly, because I don't think Saquon's had a great season so far.
No. For him and kind of Derrick Henry, it's been a bit of a come-down season.
But then we're going to chat later about Bill, right?
Corey Krosky
Merritt. I was looking at him. So far this season, he has 283 yards. Saquon has 267. Saquon has 3 touchdowns. Bill has 4. And we were saying it's a coming out party for Bill.
And I would love to know the touches on that, because in a game that's this close, where the Eagles are leading for most of it, how Saquon Barkley has 6 touches. It's pretty concerning. 6 carries, I should say. Pretty concerning. Look, the only thing I say...
That's what I think next week. You got the Giants.
You got the Giants.
His former team.
Talk about your make good games.
Yes, correct. I was like, you're definitely going to see a different team. And again, maybe you get a bit of confidence back as well.
Just the thing to watch is that just those injuries on the offensive line keep seemingly pricking up here and here and here. Guys coming out of games a little too often. But there's so much talent on that team. We've been down this road before. This type of... I think it's 2 sides of the same coin. This type of result, or this type of an actual loss appearing on the ledger, was probably coming, but this performance wasn't shocking. We know that this can be a team that starts a little bit slow and is able to take care of business in the nitty-gritty. And the little bits didn't just go their way. I know there's going to be people that are going to crow about a flag that could have been called down the goal line.
Yeah,
all
I
that
know
kind of
that
stuff.
was there, and it could have been easily being like we were robbed. But no, I just think there are bigger issues than that. And our boy Jordan Mailata, if you didn't see it on the ESPN socials, go check it out. Our very own Loz was chatting to him, and his sporting idol is.
Well, it started with Benji Marshall,
but he said James Maloney.
James Maloney.
So maybe he picks up the phone. He goes, Jimmy Maloney, can you come over and inspire us and maybe start leading this offense?
That's it.
A speech for the troops.
A speech for the troops from
AJ Brown going, oh my God, he's managed to get James Maloney here.
Not any of the other world sporting names that he mentioned. Tony Munga, Sonny Bill Williams, Richie McCaw. No.
James Maloney.
Jimmy
Barbecuing
Maloney.
advice.
Oh, so from the top.
Make it drop. I'm not going
to. We have fun with lyrics on this show. A slate of games that left us to the point where the screen collapsed from exhaustion with how good the football was. Optical illusions. But that's how we're feeling. But time to touch base with the people.
Yeah.
Time to turn on the Macca's hot mic.
Hot mic.
After a day where, people were working up a hunger from all that football action. I know we did. And our first one off the top touches on a team that we just spoke about. A result for the Broncos. We spent a bit of time talking about the Eagles, but this is on the other side of the thing.
Hey guys, happy Monday. After the big win from the Brisbane Broncos last night and the Denver Broncos winning today, could we say Denver are now the real deal?
I was saying Blue Earns.
You went one-on-one with them today, saw up close and personal, talked about the Eagles, but what you saw from the Broncos, do you feel like they're the real deal, or was this just a good matchup against a team in the Eagles that perhaps isn't firing on all its talented cylinders just yet?
I think when Payton went for the 2-point play, and trusting Bo to do that, which then forced us to have to make that pass. We've sort of said, you and me earlier, I think they've got a great defense. I like what they're doing. I like what they're cooking up. I mean, they're 3-2, but I think they're a team maybe that is better than that.
Yep.
And I actually do kind of seeing. I think we all sort of saw Bo Nix. Maybe we thought he'd jump a bit more to the start of the season. It probably hasn't been what we quite thought.
No.
That's fine though. And I think
progress isn't linear, especially that position.
Yeah. So I think I think he's just sort of, I know
not everybody can be Spencer Rattler.
It's a great Spencer Rattler. But no, I think what do you think? I think
the defense is. I mentioned Nick Benito's name before. Yeah. We know the level of play that say it, roll
tide.
Pat Satan, second, brings to the table. The additions they made in the offseason, people, game wreckers and splashy playmakers like your Talanoa Fungas will continue to find their way more and more into this team. They've had some injuries, so they've got some more talent coming back onto the field. So I think the defense is. The run game is solid. I don't think it's exceptional. We'll see how it works out between J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey the rest of the way. It was 6 yards an attempt for Bo Nix isn't lighting the world on fire, but I think out of the offense, if you ask me, are they legit or are they real? Sean Payton is real.
Yeah.
Because what he cooks up, some of the designs, how he's been feeling some things with some end arounds, some of the sweeps he's been running. You mentioned like the 2-point
him today was
fascinating. For the purists out there, that was beautiful. The 2-point conversion route that they had running was sensational. So whilst Bo was
bricked up.
Well, Bo hasn't, taken the paint by numbers growth that you might have drawn down on a piece of paper, as I get all sorts of artistic calligraphy metaphors mixed at one time.
Remember Mr. Squiggle?
I love Mr. Squiggle. Let's stop for a minute and talk about how good Mr. Squiggle is. We tried to show it to Charlie, and he looked at me and Leash, and he just goes, "This is old." I was like, damn.
If you're watching, listening to this, and you're maybe not from Australia, just YouTube Mr. Squiggle, because that was our jam. I love that guy.
What a concept! An upside down puppet taking abstract shapes and turning it into.
It's a puppet with a pencil for a nose that would draw something, but then the reveal would be it'd be upside down. So
maybe it was a large size nose that I really, really.
You said it.
Affiliated.
I was thinking about it when I said Mr. Squiggle at you. You're like, my idol.
Shout out to Mr. Squiggle. Love Mr. Squiggle. But hey, a creative designer, and that's what Sean Payton is, and that's how we segue out of that. All right, the next one now. Guys, the hot mic is open all week, and we've been getting a lot of submissions, but we are getting a lot of
texts.
hot texts. So we do want to encourage people to, as we all know, the phones have microphones.
Yeah.
We want to get on the microphone, DM us the voice notes, voice memos. I'm not going to hand out my phone number, but I will say that my DMs are open on all the socials, Insta, and the old Bird app, in particular.
Twitter.
So send them on through. We want your hot makes, but this one comes straight via the text line, and this is from Kieran, and this one for me is more. This is a hot play that he laid out, and it's an interesting look at an emotional hedge, and I want to know your thoughts on this and whether you're on board with this. Kieran says he booked a 6:40 tea time. Kieran, a noted Titans fan, a 6:40 tea time this morning, so at least I don't have to fully focus on the Titans ruining my morning. Phenomenal emotional hedge because Cam Ward and the Titans get their first W.
Yeah,
George
W.
It took some. It felt like it's been that long since they've got a win.
Yeah.
It took some mild craziness for that to ensue. The play at the end there, where it's a would-be interception to the Cardinals that's fumbled 6 times, ends up in the end zone, and a Titans player collapses on it. This is what
it's like if you're watching that, it's like you've asked ChatGPT or AI to generate a fake play or something, like the end of a Disney movie. So, you know what I mean? The ball's up. No, he sent it over. Now it's gone somewhere else.
One of the big things that you see that's pretty different, I think, from what we get in local media with the NFL now is that after a win, we're getting the locker room speech.
Yeah.
The game balls, the rever. And it often does leave you ready to run through a brick wall.
Yeah.
Especially some of the motivational coaches that throw it down there. You're like, yeah, I'm ready to go here. Let me lay this one from Brian Callahan out there in the Titans locker room, and if it leaves you the same warm fuzzies.
Listen up, man. That's exactly what we needed. We had to show that we could fight for 4 quarters and make the plays necessary to win the game. And you just saw, it's not pretty.
Nope.
Sometimes some gotta go your way.
It does.
But you guys kept fighting, and you fought every snap from start to finish. You guys deserve that. You guys deserve that. And listen, it's just one. It's just one.
It is.
We want to stack. We want to keep going. And if we keep playing like that, and you guys keep fighting like that, everything's going to be just fine. Right, so you guys enjoy this one, man. Turn the music up.
Yes. I mean, to quote Cam Ward last week, ass.
A lot of solo claps. Not a lot. Normally there's a crescendo they build to.
Yeah.
You know, they get yeah. And by the end,
contagious.
Yeah, it's the Kool-Aid man running through the brick wall. By the end, it was really quiet. And
because I mean,
it's all going to be all right.
They've all got eyes. They watched luck, like this weird, like it's luck. Like that's the only reason they won, right? It's just dumb luck. But
not Andrew.
I went to war today, Father.
But he said, "This is what we needed." That's not what you want to be saying. You needed.
Like they would have seen that, and then he's trying to inspire them, and I'm like, they would go, "We were there."
One of the luckiest non-Tom Brady plays of the past 2 decades is what you needed to get a win against a not very good Cardinals team.
The Cardinals are not good.
Yeah. Look, peeling it back to our hot mic question. I like the emotional hedge. I like it. If your team is in the dumps, he's not saying he's abandoning Kieran. He's saying they're not going to have I'm going to watch. We want you to watch. Definitely watch the NFL on ESPN and Disney+. But I'm going to keep one eye on the game, and I'm going to allow my heart to be supported by other things like golf. That's never let anybody else down. I like the emotional hedge. I've seen it happen in fantasy matchups. People laying multis on opposition players that they need to not go off. Have I been guilty of that in the past? Sure. Was that in the past 7 days? Yes. Did it increase my affinity for Justin Fields? Absolutely. But I like the emotional hedge. I'm on board with it. It's a hot move.
I read it, especially like as well today. It's a public holiday, so
absolutely
he probably could have played golf. Whereas like you might have been at work or doing something. So
do you have the Disney app up? Have Red Zone running while you're playing golf at 6:40 in the morning?
Have the iPad in the golf cart.
And Kieran, you got the dub.
Yeah.
You got the rarest of rare dubs, and we mean that sincerely.
And you could have had the reverse in that, like you got the win, but your golf game was probably terrible, so it helped out your golf game.
Yeah,
unless your team loses and you shit at golf.
I've been there. Have been there.
We call that doing a Lawrence.
We'll be there again. All right, last one from the B League. Are all players that drop the ball before a touchdown for a touchback on the take? No, they're not on the take. But what is going on? Because we had Adonai Mitchell in recent weeks do it for the Colts. And the Cards, while we're there again, Amari DiMarcado, who I saw someone post the way they spoke about it on Twitter. You're a backup Cardinals running back. You've been behind the likes of James Conner, who goes down with injury. Then Trey McBride goes down with injury. You bust out this 60, 70-plus yard touchdown that's going to seal the game. And rather than do the responsible thing that Barry Sanders would do, which is hand the ball to the referee, which he did every time, the best that ever did it, according to many. Don't want to anger the Walter Payton fans. Don't want to anger the Emmitt Smith fans or the Adrian Peterson fans. But what are we doing with this? We have a TV show on Disney Plus right now, which is centered around the idea of Chad Powers, centered around the idea of fumbling before the goal line. I mean, how cool does it feel to let the ball slip out of your fingers as you cross for a touchdown?
I don't understand it.
Not elite. Not an elite athlete, not a currently elite athlete, but a former elite athlete. Yeah. So I don't know what it's like to score a touchdown in college football or the NFL. Or
just hold on to it. I think there's no skill necessary to hold the ball.
Is this something that we just can't even conceive of because of the footy that we grew up with?
I think it is. I think there has to be we
ground the ball.
Yeah, rugby league, rugby union. You have to have the ball and you have to have control of the ball.
Right? Yeah. Even in touch footy,
touch footy, you've got to put it
down.
All
the same.
So I think the idea is we're carrying it into the thing. And then we saw in the last game, a guy stole the ball. He put it under his shirt.
Yes,
in the crowd,
in the Bills. That's what he should have done. That's the ball security you want.
I remember when players used to just put the ball under.
Wasn't Mike Tirico having a ball with that? The man in the Matt Milano jersey gets a throwaway pass from Josh Allen, tucks it under the jersey, heads for the hills because he doesn't want the NFL league officials to take the ball off.
Yeah, to be fair,
that's the ball security.
Laurie and I were watching it. We didn't know. We missed the start. So we just see them commentating. Mike's commentating a guy running up the stairs.
We saw a throwaway and we're like, yeah. We turn back and then Mike's just having an absolute ball. And, credit to him. He's done it when Kevin Harlan did it, I think, with the cat that made its way onto the field. Yes. These are the moments we remember. This is what makes NFL Monday so much fun.
Under your jersey. What are you doing?
Do we need to encourage NFL players to start diving over the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. Grounding the ball, swan dives. Yeah. Which rugby league players do you think could do the best swan dives in the NFL?
Yeah. Which rugby league player would have the best celebration if they were in the NFL?
Would Reece Walsh be able to do toilet bowl celebrations in the NFL?
Toilet water.
Jeez, I wonder how the NFLPA would come. That's a tough one.
He'd be fine.
Oh, that has been the Macca's hot.
Send them in,
Mike. Send them in. We want the voice notes. We love the text, but we love the voice notes because we want to hear the passion in your voice because we know it's out there and we know you've been up since all sorts of hours and you've been saying at this point what comes out of your mouth doesn't always match up what's in the noggin.
And also that could be our fault because I know if you sent them in and then I replied, I was like, can you do it with a bit more energy?
Lift.
And they're like, well, I've done it. And now me and Laurie going it's like, hey guys, my take is, okay, we got to get up early to watch football. So,
but not as early as we did before. Because I tell you what, that 4 a.m. Here's my hot mic. The 4 a.m. The jump from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. is 6 times as good as the jump from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. Yeah. 3 a.m. is disgusting. 3 a.m. is an outlandish time.
I was getting home at 3 a.m. I was like,
the London game was already over.
I was like,
Carson Wentz was driving.
I was like, Carson Wentz, am I watching my Philadelphia Eagles?
3 a.m. is not an appropriate hour to be awake.
No.
It's not close to morning. 4 a.m. is okay.
4 a.m. is 3 a.m. is the night before.
Yes.
4 a.m. is the morning of the next day.
4 a.m. is if I wake up in the morning and see 4, I'm like, okay, I've slept through the night. If I wake up and see 3, something's gone terribly wrong unless it's a beautiful, beautiful Monday morning.
All right. Well, you mentioned it. We'll get into it. Quick hits, aka the other guys, the other games. Vikings, Browns. Vikings 21, Browns 17. I said, where's Jordan? We didn't have him for the first quarter. Didn't play.
He was not featured. Coach's decision. Yeah. But Jordan Addison coming alive late. Justin Jefferson having a big game despite who is a quarterback. I thought the Browns had a real chance to cause the upset in this one just because there are a couple of teams that were playing with backup offensive lines.
Yeah.
The Vikings won, the Cowboys were the other. I was like, upset alert. Neither got beaten. Yeah. So good take there, Laurie. Really astute. Very clairvoyant.
That's why we're hosting an NFL podcast with no screen.
But what I will say is that the Vikings getting dirty wins while they're waiting for JJ McCarthy to come back, reviving the pulse of Carson Wentz's career.
Yeah.
You see the talent that's there. They're also dealing, they've got running back injuries and offensive line injuries, and they're still having these players, these two in particular, in Addison and Justin Jefferson. There's still a lot to fall back on there. It gives you a strong feeling of the foundation that's there when McCarthy comes back. He's just got to take advantage of it and stop being a one-pace thrower.
Browns, anything there? The new quarterback? Gabriel?
Look, it was better than Flacco.
Yeah.
So you take that. But look, the Browns are the headaches that are piling up on that franchise, and taking a coach, Kevin Stefanski, that's been named the best in the league before and has taken out those honors. It's just, this was one that it was there for them. They put themselves in position to win this game.
Quinshon Judkins looks good.
Quinshon Judkins looks good. I nailed that pronunciation.
Quinshon Judkins.
But he looks good. But ultimately, there's so much pressure piling on this operation. They've got Shedeur Sanders miming in response to Rex Ryan. You've got.
I told you I was at home, and I'm turning up the volume of my phone trying to hear it because I'm like, my phone's busted. Such an old man.
So look, with the Browns, this was a chance for them to snatch a victory, and you'd hope that in a situation where if you gave the Browns a game-winning opportunity, either your offense has to go down the field and score, or your defense has to stop the opposition. You put money on the defense. That's where the strength of that team is, especially against the backup offensive line. Not able to do it. Pressure goes up. Tough for Dylan Gabriel, who wasn't awful in this one, but I saw someone more noise.
Like they did. I can't remember what it was, like, since 1999, it's their 44th quarterback or whatever.
Yeah, the guy who's got the Tim Couch jersey has run out of room for all the names.
I saw someone like, you should name Browns quarterbacks like U.S. presidents. The 44th quarterback of the Cleveland Browns.
Just no name status until you can sustain for a little longer.
Hear that?
No? Oh, God.
It's our boy, Indiana Jones, and the Raiders lost.
Yes, just lost.
I know there's a Raiders and Lost Ark joke there. I just can't figure it out yet. Raiders and the Lost Ark. What's the plot?
The lost clue.
They're just lost.
Yeah, just the Raiders and the lost offensive line. Yeah, look, this is...
Stuck Daddy, boy.
Stuck Daddy keeps rolling.
You were. Look, I'll give credit where credit's due because had some bad takes, but haven't we all?
Go on.
You were high on him to start the season. Where I saw a lot of other people with the complete opposite. They said it was going to be a hot seat. He could be under pressure. I reckon 5 weeks into it, they're 4-1. Surely one of the top candidates for Coach of the Year.
Absolutely. Yeah, look, this is it must be nice for the Colts getting to the point where we can look at some of these results and be like, business trip.
Yeah.
Just beating a team that's far worse than them. And a team that, I mean, I think if you look at how the Colts and the Raiders were structured coming into the season, there would have been some comparisons you could have drawn, right? Okay, a quarterback on a multiple stop, not his first stop in the league. People would have given the advantage to Geno over Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Questions about the offensive line for both of them, and the Colts have certainly lifted the caliber there and got back to something they're more proud of with that unit. A star running back, Jonathan Taylor and Ashton Genty. Perhaps an unconvincing wide receiver core, but a stud young tight end, or at least Brock Bowers has proven. Warren was coming in as a rookie, but a lot of hype on him. So there were a lot of comparisons and not a lot of conviction about, or strong feelings about how good the defense was going to be. So coming into the season, I think there's a lot of parallels you could look. There's nothing parallel about 40-6.
No, but also like what's going on? I mean, I don't think we've spoken about much like Geno Smith. Like he's started the season 1 interception, 3 interceptions, 0 interceptions, 3 interceptions, 2 interceptions. Raiders give him $75 million. What's going on?
Geno's a really fun quarterback when you set the table. He's tough. When he can play behind a decent offensive line, stand there and deliver, he's naturally aggressive. He throws a lovely spiral. He's got downfield vision and it's really, really fun. But that thing's just built on paper. What is it? Paper cards?
House
cards. That one. Yeah.
Yes.
Paper mache.
Don't throw glass houses.
Yeah. We really... The Bunnings analogies are flying around now. But yeah, there's just no foundation of this thing. And he's a player that, because of that innate aggressiveness, you pull away from the foundation. And then those fun, aggressive throws turn into turnovers pretty sharp. Moving on.
Giants and Saints.
Again,
like, this is the one where it's like, maybe start Jackson Darden here because it's an easy win. They start him the week before. He gets that win. And then in this game, we were like, all right, well, he gets another win this week. Again, talking about bad takes we've had.
I've been pretty vocal against Cam Scatterbro, and the Scatterbros out there.
You're a Scatterbro hater.
I am. I'm a Tyron Tracy believer.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the universe just trying to dig in, but it seemed like every fantasy team I was playing against this week was lining up Cam Scatterbo against the Saints. But the Saints proved they are a professional football team. Credit to Kellen Moore, former friend of both of our franchises.
First win as head coach. Good on him.
Can
I have him back? Come back!
Yeah. See, with the Cowboys' offense was shot, he's going all right. Eagles they miss Kellen Moore just a little bit.
Yeah,
Kellen Moore cooking up some fun.
Give me more.
I mean, we got in this discussion offline about Alvin Kamara. It's like, I don't want Alvin Kamara's career to fade off into, just kind of a memory that no one really recalls for the last 5 years of what's been one of the great running back careers of this generation on these teams that are entirely forgettable, that lack identity other than this guy's trying hard. But, we're looking at trade possibilities, but he's running with juice despite the immense workload he's had over his career. Chris Olave is stringing games where he's on the field together, which is what you want to see. Rashid Shaheed's good for a game break every now and then, but Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo both having nasty fumbles. Dart doing one.
The one I sent you.
That's the Giants quarterback legacy we remember.
There we are.
That's it.
They're the Giants we love.
It looked like he was trying to shake someone and just shook the ball free of his own hands.
It's just was like.
And Cam Scatterbo had a big one. They were in plus territory there, looking at a scoring opportunity. Ball gets punched loose and gets returned for a score, going the other way. And we the immediate thought for me was a little bit of Brucey from Longest Yard. Not Brucey, our colleague here, and lead rugby and MMA scribe. No, Brucey from the Longest Yard, who just shouldn't have had that popcorn. He should not have had that popcorn.
Not have had that popcorn.
Tough one. And Scatterbo, look, he's a very big character, and that's going to make people love him or hate him. And certainly seems like more love than hate. Me being in the hater side of things when it comes to Scatterbro. But the look when he's camera on him and he's going, I need new gloves. Get me new gloves.
Don't think it was a
gloves. Not going to scream accountability. Okay, Cowboys 37.
How about Jets them Cowboys?
Wasn't that close. The Jets were hopeless.
Yeah, as I mentioned at the top of the show, the only Norton 5 team.
The Cowboys had their number on offense early, and this is a Cowboys team. 4 of their 5 offensive line starters are out.
Yeah.
That's a lot. 4 out of 5, 80%, more private school math.
Yeah.
That's a Cowboys team without CeeDee Lamb. Javonte Williams has his best.
Boy, Jackie Ferguson got him.
The big biscuit, Jake Ferguson, in for a double. In for a double. George Pickens, another nice day. Catches a nice deep ball touchdown, 43 yards through the air from Dak there. Dak's playing fantastic. Dak, look, he had a play where it's third down, good, sexy, exotic pressure look from the Jets. He gets the ball out in less than a second on an absolute, thread, just right through the needle. Right. And it was that type of stuff that if he's doing that with a backup offensive line with weapons missing, that's a very good sign for not the Cowboys as contenders or anything like that, but just the trajectory of someone that they have, as every studio show will tell you from here until the end, have invested a lot of money in $60 million a year. Yeah. If you want to work it out in AAV worth. So look, Cowboys offense good, Jets offense not good to the degree that they made the Cowboys defense actually respectable. You move on to next week. But look, the Cowboys are fun. They're not, I don't think they're anything close to a contender, but they're fun. The quarterback's playing top 5, top 6 football. And the Jets have a lot to figure out.
I'm glad that's fun. Speaking of not fun, the other side of the coin, Dolphins 24, Panthers 27. Just after today, ranking these Alabama quarterbacks. So I'm going to give you a tour. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you my boy Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
I'm going to give you Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Who won the other night. Right now, after this weekend.
Yeah.
Those 3. Rank them for me.
Jalen.
Yeah.
Mac.
It is. It's Mac second, isn't it?
Yeah. And then Tua. It's just.
And I think it's beyond Tua, though. I will say, it's just a disaster there at the moment.
That line's been terrible forever. He's not the quarterback that you can do that with. He has that one obvious strength in terms of his quick processing, but as soon as he starts to move backwards, as soon as that arm, you're asking him to throw crazily off platform and use any type of arm strength, taking hits at times that you're just like, Tua, that please don't.
I know.
Please don't.
Especially like with his history and
no. If I was starting anew and had to invest in a quarterback out of those three, Jalen.
Did you see
Mac,
when he got tackled by is it Aaron Brewer, their center? Did you see that? So he like kind of turns around. It's kind of he's scrambling out of the pocket, but then like Aaron doesn't know where he is, and then he turns to like he thinks he's gonna grab, but he grabs Tua and he pulls him to the ground. He got tackled by his like. I've never seen that before.
I know. I said this about we were talking about the Titans last week, and we said it, but again, like if we get the Shefty bomb about Mike McDaniel anytime soon,
Mike Wazowski.
Not going to be a surprise. Yeah, the Tua side. I mean, there was a hit last week where it looked like he got cleaned up, and by the closing defenders, like shot straight to the head and then hammered into the ground. And you actually breathed a sigh of relief because what actually happened is he got a little bit of a forearm glancing, still a hit, but that actually dipped his head low enough that the guy coming in with his shoulder missed him. That's where we're at with Tua, which is not a fun place to be.
Just quickly on the other side of it, your boy.
Yes. Bryce?
No, Rico.
Oh, Rico.
206 yards. He had a day. And then we said afterwards, he said, talking about the Cowboys, he said they got to buckle up.
Buckle up. Here comes Rico. Look, anytime we get
not even start next week.
But you got to buckle up for Rico.
Chubba Hubbard comes back in. He said, they better buckle up. You might not even be in the car, brother.
Hubbard's getting 30. Oh, look, huge day for Rico. Anything that shows a bit of spice and a bit of fun out of Carolina, I'm here for. Yeah. It's not been pleasant for the Carolina Panthers faithful, and they are pretty faithful fans. Yeah. So if they want to talk their talk and look, does anyone circle Cowboys versus Panthers as a heated rivalry that you're just going to strap in? Yeah. This is going to be high.
That's what I love to see.
But if this goes down as the Rico Dowdle revenge game or the Cowboys revenge game on the Rico, I'm all for it.
That's the name of next week's podcast already.
Rico's revenge.
Rico's come after 5 years. He returns.
Oh, speaking of happy signs for quarterbacks that have had some pretty miserable times recently, tell me about the Texans and the Ravens.
Yeah, Texans 44, Ravens 10. I actually Googled, I put in ChatGPT, what do you call a cooked raven? Because like when you cook the thing, this is what it said. There isn't a specific name for a cooked raven. You would simply call it cooked raven or roasted raven.
Yeah, roasted sounds about right.
Well, consuming ravens is not common due to health concerns, and they're generally not considered a food source.
That's just someone's opinion.
They're not considered much at the moment. I look worried for them. They're 1-4. I don't think we can say, they're done yet. There's still 13 weeks of the season to go. But how many more games does Jackson miss? He's got this hamstring injury.
Hammies, you've always feel it's around the couple.
Yeah. Yep. But let's just say they got the bye in 2 weeks. So say they lose 2. Could they be 5 or 1-5? Could they be 1-5?
I mean, they're up against a Rams team that has to be wondering how they let another one slip away on Thursday Night Football.
I can't see them beating the Rams because Rams will be angry.
And then they get a Bears team, and the Bears have shown that if they can do one thing, it's take advantage of a bad defense.
Yeah. There's a lot of injuries there. Like, don't get me wrong.
A lot of injuries.
But still that, like...
Look, underperforming, mixed with aging, mixed with injuries. Bad.
Yeah.
And that's just the defense. Yeah. We haven't even got to Lamar Jackson. Yeah. Cooper Rush. There's no Rush's revenge anytime soon.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, my goodness. Tough day for Cooper Rush, but they're just... I mean, they made...
I don't think
anyone that's watched Nick Chubb stuff over this preseason and early in the season, seeing him go for 5-6 yards a carry tells you enough there. That's the line that you need to look at. We talked on last week's Statmate seg on We've Got History about Nico Collins and what he does against that Ravens defense. He gets in for a touchdown as well. But look, if this was the kind of make good, kind of comfy landing, let's get back on track, hopefully game for the Houston Texans. And look, they're 2-3. And the AFC South, I know that the Colts are in a good place right now, and the Jaguars, we'll see them on Monday Night Football. Tytoons are what the Tytoons are. But, 2-3 doesn't put you out of it in the AFC.
No, maybe
that's correct. They need that line sorted, but the
CJ
Ravens...
Stroud confidence game maybe gets him, a bit of juice back.
What was the quote that you surfaced around that we were talking about?
I feel like I'm getting old. I'm not as quick as I used to be. CJ Stroud said
Dude was born in 2000.
He's 23.
He was born in 2001? 2002, maybe? Yeah. This is the stuff you and me would say.
Now,
on the 12th hole, at 17 over.
Yeah.
And saying, let's have a race to the bin. Oh, I'm not as fast as I used to be.
I'm pulling a hamstring, doing a Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, getting up from the couch in red zone going, I think I just did a knee.
I did. I don't know. I think it was today. It might have been. Oh, I did see another clip where he said he was joking when he was saying that. But then I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you're just walking it back now.
But look, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. They got to get their backup quarterback in. Just what the Texans need. The Ravens fans are checking out. They're not used to this. They're very blessed. The Ravens fans. Yeah. They don't think they've had enough Super Bowls, and we haven't won as much Super Bowls as many Super Bowls as we have for the winning seasons and the legacy of professional football operation that we have. But yeah, this is ugly, and there's not a lot of reason for hope other than Lamar. I would give him until the bye week. Get that thing absolutely right. Hope you can catch fire.
Give him the 3 weeks.
And also give yourself that bye week to say, right, he's getting healthy. We have to realize what we are.
Yeah.
We are not a complete football team. We are closer in model right now to the Cowboys. Bad defense can score.
Yep.
Let's lean into that. How we call plays, how we come into each game, what our expectation is. We're going to be Team 40 burger because that's what we need to be.
Yeah.
So, and then hope you can catch fire. Because again, I don't think we think the AFC is running away with, I don't think it's going to be 11 wins or more is your only ticket in there. So, yeah.
Do we want to chat? We chat Titans Cardinals.
We did a little Titans Cardinals. I think
move on.
Craziness.
Crazy.
Cards.
If you do yourself a favor, just watch that last play of the game.
Go to ESPN Australia, New Zealand socials. The players are up there. They're in our stories. They're in nice vertical videos. So you don't even have to turn the phone sideways.
That's living, Barry.
Whilst you wonder if the players were turning themselves sideways with some of what was going on in that final exchange.
Lions 37, Bengals 24.
Yeah, you've got a note here.
Yeah, I said Jamar Chase had 3 tackles.
Just to match the 3 interceptions of Jake Browning. Also, leading interception thrower, leading rusher for the Bengals on the day. Yeah. Not good. Had a fumble as well. Look,
it's a code Browning. Their pants.
Lions, again, business trip. Jared Goff getting, Jamison Williams involved, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta had a nice day. Both Jameer Gibbs got into the end zone. David Montgomery got into the end. Monty threw one. Yeah. In recent pod appearances, he's been touting that he can chuck it about a bit.
Because he was a
quarterback in his junior days. Yeah. So he gets a touchdown pass. So them flexing enough against a team that's overwhelmed who get the Packers next up. That's the Bengals. And look, all I'll say is you had a quarterback out there. You had a quarterback out there that threw 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Well, I got one over here that threw 30 for 30.
Yeah.
So you're already doing the little poor man's sampler version. Go get the rich man's version. Yeah. Go free Jameis. Have some fun because, you talk about there's some down AFC North fans right now. Yeah. And right now the Bengals and the Ravens are having a bit of a race to the bottom. The fact that I didn't say Browns fans says all you need to know.
Commanders 27, Chargers 10. Is Trey Lance the answer?
I think the Hardballs are looking for any answer they can get right now. It's been an unexpected slide. Maybe this is our first curse.
Yeah,
maybe this is our first.
We're very high on the Chargers.
And
Justin Herbert said he was in the MVP. And look, I think starting the season, things can change, but he definitely was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, you can get back there.
Yeah, and he was playing like that. I know there's injuries. Your big boy Joe, Control Alt Delete.
Yeah, and they had more offensive linemen coming out of the game. Look, there's wasted drives in this. This game starts and you've got Justin Herbert ripping off massive runs and then firing into the end zone. And
it was 10-0 after the first.
It was looking very comfy. Yeah. O'Marion Hampton is bumping people off to the side. You're like, righto, we can see where this thing is going against a Commanders team. But the Commanders are the ones that got their identity in check. And what have we been saying? Bill. Right?
There's a Bill game.
I know I just hit the table, and that's not good for the microphone. I'm sorry, Producer Krugz. I can hear you and feel your stare on me right now.
I haven't acknowledged Krugz enough. Krugz, how is your mother?
NFL Afters, your mother's favourite show.
Hey, it's your mum's favourite show.
A.K.A. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 8 yards a carry, just about 2 touchdowns.
2 tutties.
This is what they need to lean into. They've got Jaden Daniels healthy again. Keep pounding with Bill.
Yeah, give the ball to Bill.
All right, this is not a Chris Rodriguez Jr. This is not a Jeremy McNichols pro show. This is not an offense that needs to feature them. Get those guys going. Hopefully you get Terry McLaurin back. And look, the Commanders are sitting there with a winning record. And, in position that they've weathered some adversity earlier. Yeah. And the Chargers, they need a bit of health, but they need there's some self-inflicted mistakes and wounds there on their own offensive drives that let things in. They also had a disallowed touchdown on a Lad McConkey return as well. That's going to sting, but special team sloppiness will take away special teams greatness.
His version of Saquon trying to jump over a guy. Can't even do it in reverse. And just lastly, the other game, 49ers Rams.
That was a few days ago, but credit to the 49ers for digging this
big
thing
sack
out.
Mac Jones, man, he looks good.
Saying the right things afterwards. This is not my team. I'm doing what I can to keep them, above boat and in the right side of the win-loss ledger until Brock Purdy comes back. Mac Jones, if you're in a good situation there, and look, that Shanahan system, whether it's in San Francisco or in, say, versions of with KOC in Minnesota, different spots we've seen quarterbacks get revived.
Yeah.
Why can't he be another one? Someone who's got plenty of fans in the league and plenty of, Roll Tide, yes.
Yeah. Roll Tide.
He's got college pedigree, first-round pick. That always carries you a certain degree.
Yeah.
And then throw in the fact that, from a character and leadership standpoint, he's always had pretty decent check marks as well. So there's going to be people that
Saban was, talking about him on College Game Day and said, he still thinks that there's juice left in the tank.
So, there's reason. There's like a blueprint to revival. Yeah. And he ticks a lot of those boxes. He's in the right setting for it.
And, Rams will be angry that they lost that. A few questionable calls there as well.
Yeah, just keep feeding Puka.
I know.
Like, it's never enough.
He is, that good.
To very carefully...
Fifth round pick?
To very, very carefully paraphrase Kendrick Lamar. 15 targets, still not enough. Just keep pushing, because there's a chance that with Jamar Chase put up a big line in a lopsided contest with Jake Browning, a quarterback, but what Chase is going through, Lamb's out injured, and Justin Jefferson's still putting up numbers, but with what quarterback's going on there's a chance Puka can take the mantle this year working with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
He's putting up huge numbers. He's tracking to break records. He could make a run at 2,000 at the pace he's on. So keep feeding the big man because he's playing top-tier football.
Feed Puka.
Feed Puka.
Drink the toilet water.
Oh, and that from the quick hits, it is time for a little history. We've got history.
We're doing all right.
We've got history.
Nice aim every week is to get under an hour.
We'll pick it up. We've got history brought to you by our friends at Statmate. We're going to mix it up. All right, there's been too much consensus. We need more jeopardy. We need more fuel between us because we do love each other so much.
Skin in the game.
Sometimes we just get lost in each other's eyes too much, so we want a little more. Hi.
You can't. If you're just listening, we're holding hands.
I know, and it feels even better because the Cowboys won and the Eagles lost. All right, we've got a couple of stats here. You're going to plant your flag on one. I'm going to plant my flag on another. We're going to keep this thing up win-loss throughout the season.
Yeah.
With punishments to come. Which way are you leaning when we look at history, historical trends, and players that we are going to lean into next week? Which one are you backing here?
Well, I kind of mentioned earlier, Saquon.
Yes.
Our Lord and Savior at the Eagles. When he hits the road, he also hits the end zone. So, look, he scored a TD in all of his last 5 road games.
Yep.
7 in total.
Yep.
Coming off a loss, like I said, Bill has had a better season statistically over my boy Saquon. It's the Giants. It's a revenge game. It's the team that, we've all seen the video where they let him go. Yeah, I can see him, not even just one. I can see him getting 2.
2. All right. But I'll take one.
But
you feel 2.
I could feel 2, because one's the same.
I'll hold you to 1, but I'll wink at you for 2.
2, yeah. That's mine.
All right. You're taking the Saquon train to get back into some form, back to get that road red zone run going. That's a lot of alliteration right there. For me, nothing frozen about the tundra at Lambeau when it comes to Josh Jacobs.
Roll Tide.
This man he's the vision, the balance, the way that he might even lull you into a false sense of security with a 3-yard average in the first quarter or half of a game. And then he starts to pick his spots and reel off some big games. But scoring a touchdown in all of his last 6 games. He got 6 in a row, half a dozen in a row. At Lambeau. Next up, them Bengals. I'm happily taking this to extend the run there. Josh Jacobs off the bye. Fresh. Running backs love being fresh off the bye. Yeah. Rumbles in for a touchdown there. So we're both looking at rushes. We're both looking at big name kind of free agent stars of 2024.
Yeah.
I'd say Jacobs off to a better start this season than Saquon.
Yeah.
Not overly not record breaking,
Yeah.
but he's been more consistently productive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in overmatched matchups, all right, you take Saquon, I take Josh Jacobs, and I'll see you on the other side.
Handshake.
There we go. All right, Jimmy, what do you got for us as we close up this bad boy?
Close it up. Steamy's
yeah.
Blitz.
Yeah, let's do it.
I need
All
to
right.
go home and go to bed because
Yep.
I got breakfast radio in the morning.
Yep. I'm coming off a rough outing last week. 5 for 10 was grim.
Was it 5 for 10?
Yeah.
We did get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not the type of Michelle Pfeiffer you want.
Our producers out the back are keeping score.
Yeah.
We're going to keep score Statmate moving forward. We're not going to keep score.
We certainly are. Krugs, this one's for you.
All right, question 1.
Hit me.
And again, I just wanted people, if you are playing the quiz or playing along, it's from the 4 options I give.
Yes.
There could be other people who threw or had more, whatever. It's just from the 4.
Yeah,
So
and tell us if you beat me.
Yeah. If you beat Laurie off.
Yeah.
What? Sorry. Pause. Question 1. Who threw for the most yards in week 5?
Uh-huh.
Was it Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones,
Mm-hmm.
your boy, Dak Prescott,
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix,
Mm-hmm.
or Cam Ward?
Oh, that's not where I thought this was going.
Yeah.
Cam Ward, Bo Nix. Who was the first 2?
You got Danny Jones.
Yep.
And then you've got Dak Prescott, your boy.
Bo
Nix, Cam Ward.
Oh, I feel like it's Dak.
It's Cam Ward.
Oof.
You're off to a bad start.
Damn,
You've
damn.
gone the home and now. Cam Ward, he threw for 265. Dak threw for 237. Question 2, who rushed for the most yards in week 5?
Mm-hmm.
Was it
Rico Dowdle?
Yeah, I didn't put him in. Was it Quishon Judkins?
Uh-huh.
Was it Javonte Williams, David Montgomery, or Bill?
I know Javonte had more than Bill.
That is true.
Yep. Who else did you give me? Monty?
I gave you Monty, David Montgomery,
and
Quishon Judkins.
I'm just going to seem like the biggest homer here, picking it twice, but I do think it's Javonte Williams.
It is Javonte Williams, 135 yards.
Worst person.
Yeah, David
Me,
Montgomery,
not Javonte Williams. He's a lovely person. He's a lovely person.
Why are you going after your own? He's an awful person. All right, question number 3. What team is currently 4-1 after week 5?
Sure.
Is it the Broncos, the Vikings, Colts, or the Seahawks?
The Indianapolis Colts.
It is the Colts, correct. All those other teams are 3-2. Question number 4, who had the most fantasy points this week? Again, we're going PPR for those playing along at home. Because our wonderful ESPN, if you click on any article, it shows.
PPR is the standard scoring on ESPN.
But you prefer?
Point per first down.
Because you are a?
Purist.
Yeah, I was going to use a word that starts with W. Who had the most fantasy points this week from these 4 players?
Yes.
Was it Jonathan Taylor?
Uh-huh.
Was it Emeka Igbuka? Was it Kyron Williams? Or was it Jakey Ferguson?
Oh, the big biscuit. He had a double, but his yardage was pretty low. Kyron Williams, it's hard to think back. He got in a couple times. Who are my first 2?
You've got Jonathan Taylor or Emeka Igbuka? Abuka, Bahama, come on, pretty mama. This podcast is for the mums.
Give me JT.
It is Jonathan Taylor, 31.6.
Yeah.
Emeka had 31.3. So it was close.
Yeah, those were the 2 I was tossing up.
All right, who had the least fantasy points from these 4 PPR? Is it Alvin Kamara? Is it Derek Henry? Is it Trey McBride or Kenneth Walker III? And I'm gonna tell you that all these players scored between 9 and 10 points.
Yeah,
so they are all very close.
That's fun. I wanted to say it wasn't going to be Kenneth Walker, but because he had a nice little carry in the second half that would have bumped his numbers. But I'm pretty sure he put
9 points something.
I'm pretty sure he put a ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kenneth Walker, Derek Henry, Alvin Kamara, Trey McBride. Give me Trey McBride.
It is Trey McBride.
Yep.
9.1.
Yep. All right, we're turning this thing around.
What have you got? You got 1 wrong so far. All right. Question number 6. From these 4 players, who has the most receiving yards in the NFL right now? Is it? I didn't put him down, mate. Is it Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Emeka Igbuka?
Oh.
Is it Christian McCaffrey? Or is it Garrett Wilson over at the JETS Jets?
Wilson's been consistent. I'm going with Igbuka.
It is Igbuka, correct. 445 receiving yards this season so far.
Good work.
Question number 7. Who from these 4 players has the most passing yards?
Sure.
Is it Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Patrick Mahomes, or Caleb Williams?
I don't want to say Patrick Mahomes because he's played 1 less game.
Correct.
Caleb also hasn't played. Caleb's on the bye this as well. So those guys are on 4.
You're right. I'll help you. They're both not. So it's either Kyler Murray or Bryce Young.
Let's go with the Kyler because he's been in weird, crazy games.
It is Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
He's
yep.
thrown for 962 passing yards. Bryce Young's got 951.
What question are we on to?
You. This is question 8.
And I'm 7?
Yeah.
No, I'm 6 out of 7 so far.
Yeah, you're 6
All
out of 7. Question
Okay.
number 8. Who, again, from these 4 players, let's go rushing yards from these 4. Is it James Cook?
Yep.
He's cooking. Is it Jonathan Taylor?
Is
Is it Javonte Williams? Or is it J.K. Dobbins?
It's not JK. He's been good, but not that good.
Yeah.
Javonte had a big day today. Who are my other 2?
You've got JT, Jonathan Taylor, or James Cook.
Jonathan Taylor was...
Jonathan Taylor was an answer earlier. Would I put him in twice?
Give me
as the
James
answer?
Cook.
It's Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, you absolute piece of...
Jonathan Taylor's got 480.
Yeah.
James Cook's at 450.
Oh.
Yeah, all right. You've got 2 wrong so far. All right. I was just reminiscing because it is 2025. And my last time I went to an NFL Grand Final was 2015 to watch my Broncos.
Yes.
And it got me thinking. 2015 NFL Draft. Who was the number 2 pick? 10 years ago. Who was the number 2 pick?
Okay.
Is it Jameis? Is
No.
it Marcus Mariota?
Possibly.
Is it Amari Cooper?
Uh-huh.
Or is it Todd Gurley?
No. It's Marcus Mariota.
It is Marcus Mariota,
Yep.
correct. Jameis was 1, Amari Cooper was 4, and Big Toddy was 10. All right, you've only got 2 wrong. Question number 10, which is just the weird, I just punched into Google, give me a weird general knowledge trivia question.
That Laurie won't know.
Who painted the very famous painting, The Scream, in 1893?
Yeah.
Is it A, Edvard Munch? Is it B, Vincent van Gogh? C, Pablo Picasso? Or D, Franz Marc?
I don't think it's Picasso. It doesn't look like Picasso's work.
The Scream.
Yeah. So we got...
Which is what Jets fans are doing right now.
We've got Munch.
Yeah, we got Munch.
Correct pronunciation.
Edvard Munch.
Yeah.
Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
And Franz Marc. M-A-R-C.
Give me A.
It is Edvard Munch.
Man of culture.
Yeah, 8 of 10.
Back on my...
And you would have got 9 out of 10 if I didn't confuse you with the Jonathan Taylor twice answer.
As the official hip-hop artist, unofficially, of the show, who we definitely don't have commercial rights for, Big X, the plug would say,
Big X the plug.
I'm back on my...
He is back on his... That's it, baby.
And with that, the show and the week and the NFL action and slate that broke the screen comes to a close. A phenomenal time. There is always that week in the NFL season. It's always fun when it starts, but there's a week where you hit your stride and where the games hit their stride and you've got a feel for what's what and what's going on. And the electricity picks up a touch and you have that contagious run of whether you're watching on Red Zone or watching the games. That certainly felt like it was it for week 5. It's been an absolute pleasure. We'll be back again, same time, same place, same channel. This has been NFL Afters for week 5, and we will see you next week for week 6.
Suck it, Melbourne Storm.